And the second reason why agency can be somewhat challenging for people to kind of learn about um, has to do with the fact that, again, as children, we were completely dependent on our environment. And 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 what that meant was, well, if the environment was okay, then we could be okay. It's like one and the same thing. So there's this complete dependency, and based on that, we all have learned to kind of define ourselves and hold our sense of self based on what was happening outside of us. Yeah? Not based on what we know to be true or our own kind of inner compass or our own inner sense of self inside. So we learned growing up, um, again, that my sense of self, my sense of okay, depends on the outside. Yeah. And so then, of course, if we didn't get the support that we needed uh, for us to build our own sense of internal safety and solidity when we were growing up, then as a consequence of that, this tendency to rely on our environment, to rely on the external, to tell me who I am and how I am, and if I'm okay, that can then become a big part of my identity and a part of how I just organize myself and organize my life, even 50 or 60 years later. So it's that pattern of looking outside of ourselves for a sense of safety and for a sense of self and for a sense of okayness. You know? And all of us, in one way or another, we have carried that pattern forward into our adult life. And so this concept of agency that I'm presenting here, that really challenges this old learned pattern of making my sense of self and making my sense of okayness dependent on what's happening outside. That gets challenged. Yeah. So so that's why, again, this concept of agency can in a way be quite threatening, um, because this old pattern of looking outside for my sense of okayness, that's based on survival. Now, of course, as we talk about agency in this way, that doesn't mean at all that we want to like deny that the external world has an impact and an influence, you know, and we don't want to pretend like external difficult situations, don't impact us, you know. Of course they do. We have many things going on in the world that are just difficult, and of course they're going to do something, with our internal experience. So I'm not trying to minimize that, um, but what I want to talk about here is that I want to reflect on all the ways that we deal internally with the various external difficulties or pressures.